Depression remains one of the most widespread mental health issues worldwide, yet its early warning signs often fly under the radar. One key indicator has long been thought to be a reduction in facial expressiveness. But here's where it gets controversial. Does even mild depression, or what experts call subthreshold depression, STD, a milder form that doesn't quite meet diagnostic criteria but still increases the risk of developing full depression, actually affect the subtle nuances of how we express emotions on our faces? The answer has been unclear until now. Recently, a fascinating study led by Associate Professor Eriko Sugimori and doctoral student Mayu Yamaguchi from Waseda University's Faculty of Human Sciences in Japan has shed new light on this puzzle. Their research dives deep into how slight changes in facial expressions relate to mild depressive symptoms among Japanese university students. Published in the journal Scientific Reports on August 21, 2025, this work leverages cutting-edge artificial intelligence to detect minute facial muscle movements that were previously invisible to the naked eye. With growing concern about mental health globally, I was driven to discover how our nonverbal signals, specifically facial expressions, impact how others perceive us and reflect our inner psychological state, explains Sugimori. To explore this, they had 64 Japanese undergraduates record brief self-introduction videos. Then, a separate group of 63 students rated these speakers based on how expressive, friendly, natural, and likable they appeared. But the real breakthrough came from using OpenFace 2.0, an advanced AI tool designed to map micro-movements of facial muscles. This software analyzed the videos frame by frame, detecting tiny changes such as slight eyebrow raises or subtle lip stretches. Movements too faint for untrained observers to notice. The findings were striking. Students exhibiting subthreshold depressive symptoms consistently received lower ratings for warmth, expressiveness, and likability from their peers. Yet they weren't viewed as stiff, artificial, or nervous. In other words, mild depression doesn't seem to make someone appear overtly negative. Rather, it subtly lowers their positive emotional expressions, which quietly shifts how others perceive them. AI analysis pinpointed specific facial muscle activities, like the inner brow raiser, upper eyelid lift, lip stretcher, and mouth opening, that occurred more often in students with mild depressive symptoms. These micro-expressions strongly correlated with depression levels, revealing a hidden emotional language that goes unnoticed in everyday interactions. It's also crucial to note that this study was conducted within a Japanese cultural context, where social norms shape how people show emotions. This nuance raises important questions about how facial expressions linked to depression might vary across cultures, an aspect worth investigating further. Sugimori notes, our innovative approach, combining short self-introduction videos with AI-driven facial analysis, offers a practical tool for early mental health screening in educational institutions and workplaces. This approach could revolutionize how mental health is monitored by integrating smoothly into digital health platforms and employee wellness programs, providing an efficient, non-invasive way to track psychological well-being. The implication is profound. This AI-based facial recognition method could enable earlier detection of depression even before clinical signs fully develop, allowing timely interventions and comprehensive care to those in need. But here's the part most people miss. Could this technology be embraced without concerns about privacy or misinterpretation? How might cultural differences impact the accuracy of AI-driven diagnosis? And could relying on facial analysis inadvertently stigmatize individuals whose expressions don't conform to expected norms? These are provocative questions that beg for public discussion. What do you think? Could AI tools like these change the face of mental health care? Or do they risk oversimplifying complex human emotions? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree or disagree with these findings? And where do you stand on the ethical implications? Reference: Sugimori E. Yamaguchi M. 2025. Subthreshold depression is associated with altered facial expression and impression formation via subjective ratings and action unit analysis. Scientific reports. doi.org/10.1038 S41598-025-75874. Please remember, while this research shows promising advances, it is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult qualified healthcare providers regarding mental health concerns.